I just want these videos to always be proof that you do not have to have the exact makeup item that a YouTuber is talking about if you want to recreate a look. I guarantee that if you are a makeup lover at all, you probably have stuff in your collection you can cobble together to create any look. Hey y'all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am doing another one of my no brand tutorials. So what I do with these is I have a look in my head that I want to come up with, and I'm going to do that look, but I'm not going to tell you any of the products that I'm using. I'm not going to talk about it on screen, because what I think that we all have this habit of doing, myself included, is that I will see a YouTuber, an Instagram or a TikTok or whatever create this look where I'm like, that's amazing. And then I immediately go and look at what they use. And I think, oh my God, I need that palette. Oh my God, I need that blush. Whereas I have a decent sized makeup collection, and I probably have stuff in my collection I can use for that. So the whole point of these is, if you like this look or if you like this vibe, try it out with stuff that's already in your collection, because you probably have stuff that's similar enough to create the look. So that's why I do not mention the brands as I'm using them. I do not mention the products as I'm using them. Now, as always, everything will be linked down below if you want to kind of cheat, or if you're like, you know what, I don't have a very sparkly hot pink shadow, so I want to know what she used. But I do want to really encourage you, look in your own collection before buying anything new, please, because that's the whole point of these. And honestly, right now, with kind of the state of the world, is anyone going to be mad if they save money? I think not. So let me talk to you about the look that I have in mind today, okay? Because it's very specific, but I don't know. I think it could be really striking. So for the eyes, I'm going to start with the eyes first. I want to have a black like shadow wing. I want to use black shadow to create a really big wing, like probably out to like here or something like that, and have it cover like a good portion. It'll be blended up here, but I don't want there to be like too much shadow. You know, I don't want it to get too close to the brow bone, okay? I want it to be kind of like graphic, very dark, very black. And then the lid, I want to be like a vibrant yellowy green. I have not decided yet whether I want it to be matte or shimmery. I have both options in front of me. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm anticipating for the eye. I just want it to be like, it's funny because I say simple, but it's going to be very bold, but it's only going to be a few colors. For the brows, I want them to be structured. Like I'm going to do like a laminated look. For the face, I want a foundation that is, I'm not going to even say medium coverage, but I'm going to build something up to be a little more medium coverage than my usual just tinted moisturizer. I want kind of a sculpted cheek with like a brownish blush, and then I want to try a cool toned lip. I don't often do a cool toned lip, but I want to at least try it. Maybe I'll hate it, but it's makeup, we can take it off. But let's get started with the eyes. One thing I will do is I am going to use tape, because I do want this edge to be super sharp. Actually, before I even do that, I'm going to prime my eyes. I'm going to just be using a regular old eye primer. There's nothing extraordinary about this. This will just help to make an even base and cancel out any redness. Any eye primer that you have that you like will work for this. So now I'm taking tape and I'm just kind of getting a lot of the stickiness off on my hand, and I'm going to make my shape. I want this to be like lower than the eyebrow, and I want it to come at least out to the eyebrow, if not further. So measure that up. There we go. I don't want it to be like too, I don't know. I feel like I have a tendency to make things too far like at an angle. So I think that's a good angle. All right, now that we have that on, I am going to start with a matte black shadow. Let me just see. Yep, this is the one I'm going to use. And with these, what I like to do is I like to take kind of a smaller pointy brush. The first thing I want to do is, you know what? The first thing I want to do is pin these bangs out of the way. I am getting my hair done tonight, like I'm getting my hair cut tonight. Guys, these bangs, these are not it for me. How do people have bangs in their face at all times? I'm going to rage. All right, anyway, I am taking this pencil brush and I'm going into just a matte black. And the first thing I want to do on both sides is pack it along this tape line so that this line is super dark and super sharp. Make sure the tape is down. And you don't have to do this, but if there's a lot of excess fallout on the tape, I wipe it off just so, you know, my face isn't too crazy, even though I'm going to be doing that later. What did I just do? So now that I have this down on the tape, I'm going to start making my shape and just taking my time. I want this outer corner, again, to be sharp. It'll be much sharper when the tape comes off. And I want the outer corner to just be like dark, dark, dark black. I am getting so much fallout, but I'll be able to clean it up. But I'm trying to decide if I think I do want the black to be in the crease a bit, and then I will blend it up a bit. This is definitely going to be a trust the process vibe. So interesting. Can you tell which eye is more hooded? Like, I feel like with this eye, when it's open, you can see, and I have the same amount of shadow, but this one, you can see the shadow. This one, you can't when it's open, so I have to compensate. Now with a clean brush that has nothing on it, I just want to blend out this edge so that it's not so harsh. You know, I'm going to take the tiniest bit of like a sort of very light neutral brown. I wasn't planning on this, just to go on the outer edge to help that blend out a little bit. It shouldn't be too obvious, but it'll help it blend. Yeah, there we go. More of like a soft blend. I'm not going to lie, today I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different palettes in front of me. Do I plan on using all 4? Who knows? But I mean, I've already used 2. So I am going to go back in and fix that. I am, but I want to go in with the chartreuse now, because I think actually first what I want to do is I want to put some concealer onto my lid. It's not going to be quite a cut crease, but it'll be close to it. I just want to have like a clean canvas. So I'm dipping into a little bit of concealer, and just like you can see, it's all over the lid. I just want to clean this up. All right, with that done, I'm taking a packing brush, and I'm taking like I said, I want it to be kind of like a neon chartreuse. So you can see how vibrant that is. God, I hope this look works. I have a feeling I'm going to be adding a lot more black as I go along, but let's try. So I'm admittedly having a little trouble seeing the full picture right now, but I'm hoping, again, that it's a kind of trust the process thing, because right now I feel like it's looking a little crazy. All right, so I am going to go in. I think I do want a shimmer on the lid, but I've got several different options. So let's see, I've got this one, but I don't know if that's bright enough. I also have, ooh, look at that. And do I have a third option? I do. Oh, I think they're just so different. No, there's no question for me. I am going to go in with this one, and I want to put this, actually I'm going to put it all over the top of that. I think I do want sparkle today. Yeah, I do. I wanted sparkle. Now again, I feel like this is the perfect example of the no brand tutorial. The reason being because like I decided I wanted like a lime green chartreusey sparkle on my lid, and I just was able to show you 3 different ones in just like a small portion of my collection. So I feel like that kind of says something. So for me to be able to like see the forest for the trees kind of thing, I am going to take the tape off now to see if I'm getting at least the vibe that I wanted. Okay. You know what? I don't think it's that bad. I think with some liquid liner, it's going to be much better and what I'm looking for. But first, I do have quite a bit of fallout on my face, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. So I have a feeling that I'm going to be going back in and touching up the black, but I do want to do a liquid liner. I want to do it all the way out just to sharpen it, but then definitely on the lid, kind of thick. I feel like liquid liner just makes the world better. So let's do my brows real quick. I am going to finish the eyes. I do have more to do there. I want to do under the eyes. But for my eyebrows, I want to use a pencil to fill them in and shape them a bit. And then I'm going to use basically like a brow glue, a laminating gel to really push them up and like make them fake fluffy, like laminated. That's the kind of vibe I'm going for today. Also, I'm going to edit a bunch of crap out of this video because you don't need to hear it, but who else has terrible allergies right now? Like, my cough is so bad, and I know it's just allergies, but holy crap, like all of the trees here, I mean, this happens every spring, but all of the trees exploded at the exact same time, and like my car is not supposed to be yellow, but my car is yellow right now. It's unbearable. And I always say this, but whenever I use kind of a brow lamination gel, I kind of push it into the hair in the opposite direction it grows first, so it can really get in at the roots, and I let it sit for a second to get tacky, and then I push it back into place. So while that's getting tacky, I'm just going to do some mascara. I'm going to wait to do the bottom mascara until until I've done under the eyes with shadow. I feel like it's sort of starting to come together, but let's push those brows into place. I was watching Robert Welsh the other day, and he was talking about how he still just loves a laminated brow look, and so many people just don't like it nowadays. I still freaking love a laminated brow. All right, before I finish the eyes, let's move on to the face. So for foundation, like I said, I want to do something a touch more, not full coverage at all, but just like a little more medium coverage, just to really perfect the skin. So I am dipping into my foundation that I have sitting on my palette now. And I'm just going to apply this, and I'm going to build it up to where I want it to be. I didn't even think about this, but I might need to go one deeper shade soon, now that the warmer months are coming. Whew, she's looking pale. Guys, I'm so excited. So next week, I'm actually going to Florida for, I don't know, like 4 nights, and I really need it. I really need it, and I wouldn't mind getting like a scotch of color. And I always say that, and then apply SPF 50. With my concealer, sort of the same thing. I just want it to look nice, but I want this line, especially out here, I want this to be sharp and flawless. Like, that's what I'm most concerned with right now. And it's looking sharp. It is definitely looking sharp. So a trick I learned recently is, instead of powdering under the eye to set concealer, if you are, somebody who has maybe lines under your eyes, or like I do, and you don't want it to crease, instead of using powder, spray your brush with setting spray and use that to set just under the eyes. Guys, it's made a world of difference for me. It has made a world of difference. And I feel like it looks like dewy and flawless and just pretty, and I love this setting spray. All right, now that that's done, before I move on to the cheeks, I want to finish under the eyes. This is not going to be anything very dramatic. I just want to take the same brush, and I really want to get some black shadow into those lashes. I'm using a very little bit on my brush though, because I really don't want any fallout, since we just kind of perfected that under eye, but I just want that to be nice and smoky. And now I'm going to take just a black liner, and I'm going to do the waterline and tightline. Man, this is a trust the process, because I like it. Okay, so what I want to do next is I am going to take, I think I'm just going to do bronzer rather than like a contour, rather than a hardcore contour. So I'm going to take kind of a cool toned bronzer, and this is still going to warm up the face a lot. This is my idea of cool toned. And I'm keeping that focused like as a bronzer, but also sort of to sculpt the cheeks just a little bit. I thought I wanted a severe contour, but not so much. And then for blush, I have 2 options, and I can't decide between the 2. One of them is a dewy cream blush that is kind of a brown terracotta color. And the other one is a blush lighter that has like highlighter mixed in. I think I'm going to do both. I'm actually going to use the same brush, and I'm going to dip first into that cream blush, and let's see how that looks. That's a pretty color. I think that's a pretty color, and it goes nicely with this look. I'm wondering how a cool tone lip is going to look with all this though, but next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a highlighter brush. I'm going to dip into just the most highlighty part of that blush lighter and use that as my highlight today. This has kind of a little bit of a golden touch to it. Super pretty. Again, I'm going super warm toned here. Okay, so I'm not going to powder the rest of my face because I think it's looking pretty good there. But what I am going to do is my lips. So for this cool tone lip, I'm going to be using a cool toned nude lip liner, like a brown lip liner, and then a cooler toned lip gloss. I'm nervous. I am not good at a cool tone lip, but I want to try. Do I look dead? Yes or no? I think I need to contour it a little bit with a little bit of a deeper color. So this is still cool tone, but it's just deeper. I'm just gonna... A cool tone lip is so outside of my comfort zone, it is not even funny. But anyway, the gloss that I'm going in with is a nude light cool tone brown, but it does have some sparkle to it. Contemplating life decisions. I can't do it this nude and this cool tone. So I'm going to color in, let me see, hold on. I dabbed off just a bit of the gloss and I'm going in with a bit of a warmer toned, deeper brown just to warm this up a little bit. There we go. I feel much more comfortable with that. And of course, I feel like I need more blush now. I don't know what's going on. All right, so here is the final look of this no brand tutorial. I am torn. How do we feel about this? I love the eyes. I think the eyes are freaking fierce. Like, this is exactly what I wanted with how sharp it is here, but it's a little bit softer up there. I love the sparkle on the lid. I'm glad I decided to go with sparkles today because I wasn't sure. I do like the face makeup. I like the cheeks. I think the lip is what's throwing me off. I don't know. Like, I feel like, oh, would this look fierce with a black lip? You know what? I feel like it would look fierce with a black lip or a red lip or like a really warm toned nude, but this is something different for me. So that's the big thing. I wanted to try something different, and actually, I don't hate it. I really don't hate the lips at all. I always see these babes do these super cool toned, almost gray lips, and I'm so enamored by it, but I think it's just not me. But like, what do we think? What do we think of a more cool tone lip? But anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. And again, I encourage you, please, when you see tutorials, when you see people promoting stuff on Instagram and or whatever, and it's giving you that instant feeling of, oh my God, I have to buy whatever they're using, take a step back, like put it on your wish list. That's cool. Take a step back, look in your collection, see if you already have something similar and try to use that first. If it doesn't match, or if you really want that other thing, go for it. But at least try to look in your collection and see if you have it first. And this is advice for me too. But if you liked this style of video, I'm going to put another no brand tutorial up here for you so you can check that out. I always love doing these, but also please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. That helps out my channel. It helps YouTube to know that more people might want to see videos like this. You all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all Glitter Fallout. And as always and forever, you are super freaking rock stars. I love you so much with my whole heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.